We're live. Cool.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So during the lunch break that everyone here physically is doing, we'll do an interview with Vlad. But hello, welcome.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So basically, we're having this event. This is all cool. People are watching online
Yep.
because, of course, not everyone can be here.
Sure.
And so this is a good moment for us just to talk
Mm-hmm.
and see the questions that people made that I wrote down in my little document.
Absolutely.
But how are you feeling? Are you enjoying the event so far?
That's so interesting because that's the first event for me for which I'm actually traveling for almost kind of not 2 years but a year and a half, because the last was in Amsterdam in February 2020. So it's quite a nice vibe and energy to get back to the venue, having real people, so talking in person. So that's really great, and also definitely having the online part of it. So it's a hybrid. It's pretty much what we will be having probably for the next years. So yeah, quite a modern day setup, I would say.
Awesome. Yeah. That was your talk was amazing. I'm super happy and very honored to be talking here with you.
Thank you.
Let's just go through questions.
Sure, absolutely.
So, number one, and it's a pretty long question. So,
Okay.
digital collaboration through Zoom and Miro is great, but during the pandemic, this has caused more screen fatigue and more need for physical interactions. How
Yeah.
do you tackle these drawbacks?
Super. That's a tough one. That's the reality where we are right now. And I would say Zoom, Miro, and any other collaboration tool that really helps you to kind of survive the pandemic is kind of your lifesaver from one hand. From another, it's definitely caused more screen time. At the same time, I already hosted our first in-person offsite for design leadership team within Miro, literally a week ago, since our offices start reopening slightly. And we've been using Miro just to collect our thoughts, just to ideate, because otherwise you need to capture everything on stickers and then transfer to the digital medium, which is kind of time consuming. So I would say Miro as a tool could be used both in fully remote setup and in-person setup as well. So if you'd like to increase your time with your team in person and it's allowed in your country or the city, so just go for it. So you still could combine the tools. But I believe hybrid is all about this combination. So it won't be fully remote, it won't be fully kind of in person, it will be something in between, and we really need to learn how to make it real. So just go and try. So Miro not supposed to be used purely and online. So yeah, we'll be curious to hear your thoughts later on.
Yeah, that's awesome. I definitely would also be curious to hear if people. That's actually a funny thing. Like I think I would love to see people bringing like an iPad,
Yeah.
just one single iPad to like a
Yeah.
physical meeting and see if that helps them out.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Let's move on to questions. So, I use Miro heavily at work for mapping out relationships and flow
Okay.
between different code systems.
Yeah.
This is also very long.
Yeah, that's fine.
For code system. It's the perfect tool for it.
mhm.
Look at it.
Yay.
As Miro has such a broad reach in its applications, how do you design and balance new features against being effective for as many users as possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for it. So that's the nature of Miro. So we're trying to create a platform for so many people with so many use cases. And that's a big challenge, to be frank, because at the surface level, Miro is quite simple. So you have a toolbar, you have a few kind of more buttons, but it's kind of blank canvas. And it's really interesting and a big challenge, I would say, from the design perspective, how to optimize for findability or discoverability of features and not kind of ended up at feature bloat situation when you have thousands of features but all of them are on the screen. So I would say, how do we design, how do we behave to kind of accommodate a lot of use cases is to really deeply understand our user profiles, their needs, and identify sort of more things in common, what they're doing, what sort of the basics, because we have a lot of tools, but even in different activities and in different use cases, you're still reusing those tools. So we're definitely discussing the hierarchy, what should be at the surface level, what's the most important thing. So, and to break it down to the methodology, if you'd like to. So identifying your users and their needs, designing for the most frequent workflows and optimizing the functionality which required for these workflows to the top, let's say, of the information hierarchy within the tooling system, and also ensuring the easiness of use for people who never been interacting with Miro. And we're actually working right now on a bunch of really cool new additions to the Miro. And we will be hosting Distributed in October, mid-October. This is sort of a large event we host to really discuss the distributed ways of working, modern ways of working. And we will be unveiling a few more things to really help users to optimize for their use cases and not being overwhelmed with the a lot of possibilities that we have. So join, check. So a lot of new exciting things are coming.
Wow, that's a little.
Yeah, a little
You put
teaser.
a little bit of a teaser. Just
Yes. Go
check
and
it
check
out.
because because it's definitely a really good problem to investigate how to not overwhelm you as the user with all the possibilities, and we're really working on that, and we are conscious about this sort of part of our, let's say, user base and their journeys.
Nice, cool. Thank you for that answer. Now I have a personal question then.
Go ahead.
Because we were talking about the diversity of uses. Have you ever found a very unique usage that you know from someone, a client that used Miro for the most random thing ever? Just like a fun fact.
Okay, I would say definitely we have so many things. I could share a few so you will have some kind of flavors. First, I recently learned what United Nations have been using Miro to plan the distribution of vaccine across the globe, and which is, I mean, super cool. So I'm very proud we kind of enabled such a huge organization to do that. Or on another side of spectrum, I saw a geological tree. So people have been mapping their roots, like parents, ancestors, and so on and so forth. And that was so kind of funny because it was, I mean, it was a lot of work and it was quite circular, I would say. So a lot of circles, a lot of stuff, tiny little lines related. It's just a lot of passion and energy what was put in it. And I've been like, whoa, I never been thinking someone will be doing that here, but it's so cool. And that's the beauty of Miro. And if you're curious also about use cases and how to use it, because it's literally like white canvas, so you could use it whatever you want, you could also go and check Miroverse. So Miroverse, it's our platform, their community actually sharing their work samples. So someone is designing remote design sprints, someone is running workshops, someone is designing their product roadmaps or running their projects. And just to empower you and provide you with inspiration how you could use Miro, so we created this community. So it's already more than 400 probably different templates from cool companies like, I don't know, Tisco or Zoom, or from owners and founders of any other kind of little tiny agencies. So it's quite diverse also and broad. So, and that's what we love about it. And we have categories around brainstorming, workshopping, planning, strategy, design work, research. So yeah, a lot. And that's I mean, how the tool is designed. So that's the idea. So to really provide you with the tool, not shaping you to say, hey, this is just for that, or this is just for this. And that's the challenge and the beauty and the nature of Miro.
And the name is brilliant, Miroverse.
Yeah, Miroverse, exactly.
It could be so much stuff, but Miroverse is the perfect one. Because it could be gallery, could be Miro. Yeah. I don't know.
It's quite unique and it's quite specific.
I like my Miroverse.
Yes,
reminds me of Spider-Verse, which is good, very good. Last question.
Okay, go ahead.
As more and more generations will be growing up with familiarity of digital content creation, how do you see Miro evolving for these new generations?
Interesting, actually.
That's a tough one.
No, it's quite cool, I would say, because I've been teaching at real school. And I've been working with, let's say, children of kind of 12, 13, 14 years, and they've been designing stuff from scratch. So I've been teaching them a digital design kind of crash course, and we've been really working through entire product design process. We've been first shaping the problem and identifying core audience, and it's much likely was their, I don't know, colleagues, not colleagues, definitely they're too young, their kind of classmates, parents, or teachers, and we came up with a few cool projects. Let's say one was around just scheduling. because within the school you have so many classes, and sometimes it's hard to, fill all the paperwork in your diaries and stuff. And one of the students been really working on digital version of their schedule, which seems kind of simple, but again, it's a lot of flows. So how to find my class, what's happening right now, who's the teacher, what's tomorrow, what's my homework, what's the task, what's the exercise, blah 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 blah, and it's become a really like a thing. And later we've been also prototyping it and kind of doing mock-ups, and we've been even creating a website around the project later on. So, and definitely it was a new tool for them. It was not their native language because I've been teaching in Russia. So, but it was so simple and intuitive and kind of visual, what it wasn't a problem really to just start doing things. So you put a sticky, then you add something else. So they are really digital natives. So for them it's not something like, oh gosh, so it's whiteboard but kinda in a browser, so I don't know how to deal with that. They're just like, okay, stickers, bam 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 bam, okay, lines, bam 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 bam, okay, wireframing, we don't know what is that, but it's clear, so just add buttons, just add screens. I would say it was just pure fun and pleasure, I would say, and I don't think it's a big problem. What I might emphasize a bit more is the diversity of devices they use. So Miro use also and work across the platforms and all the kind of tablets, mobile devices, large screens. So because sometimes, let's say, students at school not really allowed to use laptops sometimes, and they kind of could do it also on their phones, which was quite, I would say, native for them. So yeah, I would say it's primarily about the diversity of cases and devices rather than the specific needs of the generation, because I would say they are even more fluid with all the technologies when we are.
Of course,
so,
yeah.
It's not a big
I would say they have a fresh perspective that we might not even be aware.
Absolutely. Right? So this was quite cool, and we also working a lot with educational institutions to supply Miro to them. So if you're an educational institution and kind of doing your own classes, so go sign for Miro Education. So yeah, we're really keen to help you to embrace new ways of teaching and learning as well.
And if people want to reach out to you or to like that,
we have Miro, Miro.com/education much likely, or something like that. Just type Miro.com and education and you will find out the landing page around that. So it's quite streamlined process. So you will be writing us a request and we will be reviewing it. So there are some kind of pre-considerations what you need to meet and some requirements, but it's quite doable.
Nice. And if people want to see more of your work, is there like a place where they could?
My like Vlad or my like Miro head of design or what? If I have a website, vladzely.com, so it's as simple as that. That's and good. Speaking about my day-to-day work, just go check Miro.com because that's what I'm building,
I literally do the stuff there. That's good.
Miro.com.
Nice. Awesome. Vlad, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is great.
Yep.
Thank you for the interview. I'm sure people will send you more messages,
okay.
But I'll make you aware. I'll find you. I'll hunt you.
Sure.
And I'll tell you like people said this.
Thank you.
Cool. Awesome.
Enjoy.
Have a nice rest of your day.
Yep, you too.
And I'll see you around.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.